now listening to Off the Tools with the one and only Wayne Bentis.
If you're passionate and driven and focused in what you do, people will take notice. You can achieve anything you want to achieve in life.
The excuses are not valid.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 3 of your ultimate service plan automation funnel. I've got my good buddy Ettam Basil here. How's it going?
Really good. Thanks, Francis. Nice to see you again and move this to the next stage.
Yep, little by little, we are building it out in front of you. If you are just joining this call, you might want to check out episode 1 and 2, but essentially we are building out in front of your very eyes a automated sales funnel for selling more service plans with all of the emails, follow-up, payment, registration, and the different workflows. And we're using some software. And I'll just share my screen and recap a little bit about where we are, what we've got to so far. So this is our map of the service plan workflow. To recap, we are using Lead Hero as our CRM and marketing automation suite. Pack.io is the web hosting platform currently used by Elite. It's fast, it's built for e-commerce, it's very efficient. You can use your website, you can use any landing page builder. We're going to use Zapier and we're going to use ServiceMate and that. And so just to cover where we are, we got into about this place here where we've set up a Zap and Zapier to flag a job complete and then add a tag to a new lead in your CRM or Lead Hero. We're sending SMS follow-up 24 hours later, and then 2 emails 3 days later, and then 3 days later to ask for feedback, request a review, and then, a call to action to visit the service plan landing page. Okay, so that's where yeah.
Sorry, Francis. Can I just say that if you haven't done Wayne's service plan training, that's a really good place to start. If you don't know anything about service plans or it's just completely alien to you, I would definitely recommend getting Wayne's training and then watching this video series so you know how to put it all together, all in one bit.
Okay, so we're going to start here by essentially we're going to show you how to create a landing page or just some elements that you would want to put onto your website or landing page. We're going to build out a registration form. We're going to use Lead Hero to put in all of those form fields, but you can use whatever website builder, MailChimp, survey form you're using. They all do the same thing, collect data, right? And then we're going to send a thank you email. And then we're going to take payment, okay? And we'll see if we get to that in this video. We don't want these videos to be too long, right? So bite-sized chunks. But essentially, we're going to use a payment processor. We're going to use Stripe in this instance. So we'll show you how to configure your products in Stripe and set it up and use Lead Hero to take payments. And complete the process, right? Until you've got a new service plan customer. And then once you've got this workflow tested and working, all you need is to send customers to it, really.
And we're going to build out those products, aren't we, in Stripe and link those to, and that will create our kind of subscriptions. So we're going to build out the products in Lead Hero and then it will create the Stripe subscriptions. Isn't that right? Before we actually do anything else, I think.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay, so that's where we are. And let's just get into your Lead Hero account a little bit. I just had your workflow open. So this is a visual sort of bird's eye view of where we got to. Service plan lead is added to the contact that comes in from ServiceMate. Wait 24 hours, send an SMS, wait 3 days, email a review request, wait another 3 days, and then send the service plan promo. Okay, so we're not turning that on. We're just gonna leave that here for a second. Now, on your website or on your funnel builder or landing page, or you wanna then speak to your web person about building this, I'm gonna show you really what we want to do here. So cool thing about Lead Hero is we have funnels and landing pages built in. So we don't have to pay ClickFunnels another £100 a month, a minimum, by the way, to create these things. Why use funnels instead of your website? Well, there's a time and place for your website and a time and place for a sales funnel. Let's put it this way. Sales funnels are for one action, usually, right? You don't want to complicate the user journey with different options like you have on a website when you can do lots of things and there's distractions, right? Your website is more about is like a brochure for your business. It should check you out where they can see what you do and you can demonstrate yourself as a credible business. A sales funnel is really built to convert. So you really want to have only one thing to do when you send people to a sales funnel. And that's why you have platforms like ClickFunnels or Lead Hero in this instance, which are really built to help your customers do one thing. So a sales funnel is really a step-by-step website. If you can imagine, it's a chronological funnel that has a step 1, step 2, step 3, usually step 3 being the thank you page. It can have more steps, but it doesn't have all of these different utility pages that a website has. And so this interface here is very similar to the way ClickFunnels works as well. So this is not a training on how to design a sales funnel, but I just want to sort of show what might go on the landing page, for example. So I'm going to create, I created a page earlier with a payment step. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to clone this funnel step and call this the registration page and move this up here and call this registration page. Registration. Oh, oops, I think sorry, I actually called it the wrong thing. This was payment. Hold on. Payment. Okay. Right, and that's the registration page. Registration. Okay, so if we go in here, we just sort of, on a very basic level, I'm not going to copy all of the content here, but on a basic level, we want to have, yeah, this is the page that we want to sort of put in. So we can copy this text, right? This is the payment page, which I created earlier. And I'm just going to put in a little bit of text here. Yeah, and then I'm going to put in a form. That's the form. All right, that's really just the form. Okay. Okay. So I got you got your copy, your header, footer. You can have your designer design this, but actually it doesn't really need to be overcomplicated, but we want to stick a form in here. So the first thing we'll do is create a form with the right elements in it.
And Francis, just for people that already have kind of that want to build it into their website, like I would, for instance, you can put this form in an iframe, can't you? And most kind of WordPress, Pack, anything else that you use support iframes, and you can put that form in an iframe on your website if you wanted to do it that way, which is probably the way that I'm going to do it after this webinar.
Right. That's right. So if you're using MailChimp or you have a WordPress form builder or any, or if you work SurveyMonkey or anything like that, there's lots of platforms where you can build forms. The cool thing about Lead Hero is that you don't need Zapier then to connect the dots when you want things to happen. But if your form is hosted outside of Lead Hero, then you might use Zapier to send that form data right to your CRM or to ServiceMate to trigger.
But also that you can put the Lead Hero form into your website, right? So you can host the Lead Hero form inside your website.
Exactly. So you can take this form, for example, well, we're going to create a form now so you can see, but when you click on integrate form, it will give you this bit embed code, and you just copy and paste that into your website wherever you want it to go. So let's have a look at this. So name, email, phone. It says optional here. I would probably put it mandatory, especially because we're going to send them a text, but full name, email, phone. And then we want which care plan would you like to serve? So this is locked on servicing. So do we need this Ettan here? Like which care plan would you like to choose? It's not enough.
No, I mean this if we just link this page to one service plan product, then probably it's the easiest thing to do.
Address, city, can put postcode.
Should we do first name and last name just so that when we send SMSs, it's more kind of it's less formal?
Yeah.
Can we do that?
Yeah, actually, when you do full name, it does pick up the first name and last name.
Oh, okay, cool.
On the space. So is that okay?
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Okay, so we're going to make this required, all of this required. Postal code, and you can actually you can customize the fields and call them what you want. So one thing I like to do just to save space is to take away the labels, right? And then you can have them as phone, email. Here, if you want their mobile number. And Lead Hero mobile number is really the primary. Address, city, town, you could say city, town, postal code. Okay, what else do we want? Do you agree to our care plan terms and conditions? So here we would put in a custom, let's see if you have a TNC here. No. So very easy to add a field. We click on the checkbox. So we can call it agree to TNC, right? You can say I agree, right? Oh.
You got a little typo in there.
Okay, and you can make that mandatory. Oh, I agree. I agree to TNC. Oh, I'll show you how to get the copy there in a second. What else is there? Is there any specific thing about your, so this is just some notes, right? Can add another custom field here. You can choose text or large text. Is there anything specific? Okay, I can leave that optional. Let's see. I agree to the privacy policy. Is this different? Do they have to
So,
agree to
so
both?
we could combine these and say I agree to the care plan terms and conditions and your privacy policy, because yeah, they are two different things. So this is about sharing data, and is obviously, you know, in this world we have to worry about that kind of stuff.
Right. Okay. So I think we should actually have the two separate
Yeah.
for that. Yeah. So if you want to link out to another document, for example, we just have to do a little bit of HTML in here. Let me show you how that works.
This bit, by the way, guys, is one of the most important bits to get them to agree to this, because the T's and C's relating to the service plans, you know, again, check Wayne's training, but that really is the bit that's gonna, you know, that's gonna protect you going forwards.
I agree. So I agree to the service plan terms and conditions, and we'll have to have a link to them, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and then we'll want another one. By the way, what I'm showing you here is I'm in the company settings and lead hero, and this is where you can basically customize all of the different custom fields that you want. Really powerful. Like you can map all of the fields to everything you have in ServiceMate, for example. But if you need to make any changes outside of this, you might go into it here and just edit it, or you can even create a new one here. And then you would want the, is there any, I agree to the privacy policy. So that's another check. I agree to the privacy policy. And you want to put that there. Okay. Let's just save form. I agree to the privacy policy. Okay. Let me. Yeah. So the thing is,
Should we just drag that box above the? It looks a bit kind of, yeah, yeah,
something like that.
something like that. Yeah.
Okay. And what you can do is we would want to put a link to the privacy policy. Let's find that. So privacy policy is here. Okay. And what I like to do, here's a little hack, everybody. If you don't know HTML, or if you just want to speed things up, I use this little online editor. And say, for example, I want to make a little bit of a link here and put any HTML on my website. Well, that's taking a bit of time to load. Privacy policy. I can actually generate HTML, right? And it'll just generate this little bit of code. And then I can go into my form and choose the HTML module, and I can put this here, for example.
That's clever for us. I didn't think to do that.
Something like that. And then I can do the same thing with, do I have the?
So yeah, if you go back one, so just go back, and then you'll be able to see. So down here, just here, view terms and conditions, and then you can put a link into that.
Okay, I'll put that in here. Now I'm doing this a bit sort of rough and ready, but if you had a designer or a developer who knew a bit of
Can you change that to terms and conditions?
oh yeah. When I have Zoom on, everything takes a little bit longer. Okay, that didn't. So let me just put this back. I'm going to put that here.
It'll be terms and conditions. Just change
Alright.
that text, yeah.
Terms and conditions.
And then we can do another one for the T's and C's.
And then, yes, I have to get that back. Where was
Yeah,
it?
that one, that's the one, that's the one.
Privacy.
Yeah. Yeah, privacy policy.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. And then link is up here. You know, what's cool about HTML and forms is you can put a little video in here. So for example, you could, you know, what I think is a nice little feature is you could have someone explaining what's going to happen next. You know, hi customer, this is the form. All we need is a few details. XYZ is signing up is easy, and you can embed HTML like a Vimeo if you wanted in the header, or you can put your customer, your logo as well.
That's
So
really cool.
we're going to put in that here. That's it. So it does the job, and it's very simple and it's easy to use, and we can just choose a button for it, style the button, make that a little bit like that, and we could go proceed to payment, something like that, or submit, whatever it is. Okay, so I'm going to save that form. Okay, I'm going to save that, and we're going to call this, I'm going to call this.
So we call it servicing only or something like that. Link it to the servicing only product.
Servicing. Well, I mean, it's not necessarily linked to a product. You can call it anything you want, but whatever you'll remember it.
Okay.
So some service plan registration.
Sign up. Yeah, service plan registration.
Plan registration. Okay. And here on every form, usually you can decide like what happens after you submit a form. And so here we have really two options. One is open URL, and you can designate a page so we can send them, you know, you don't need to use Lead Hero. You could send them to your Go Cardless sign up if you want. You could, you know, a lot of people do that. We are using Stripe because Go Cardless is a little bit harder to automate, right, without actually having a development into the API. So what's cool about using Stripe, it costs a little bit more, not a lot, but you can actually, it's going to free up your time, because as soon as people pay, it's a seamless automation to onboard them, send them information. Maybe you want to send them a link to schedule a call or whatever it might be.
And also, Francis, just for people, what I've discovered since I switched to Stripe, Stripe has a really, really extensive and flexible kind of API. So you can create actions based on how your service plan customers behave. So, for instance, if they cancel their plan, you can use that as a trigger, or if they miss a payment, you can use that as a trigger. Right. So you can build out other automations based on customer action, so that they don't just sign up, call you out, and then cancel the plan and you don't know. So that's something really, really interesting that maybe I'll look at later on in a couple of months if anyone's interested. But for now, that's one of the things I found excellent about Stripe.
Cool. Yeah, and you can see the form if you want to, you know, have a view of how it looks like, just bare bones basic. As you can see, it's just a nicely designed form. It's mobile friendly. It is what it is. Nothing fancy about it. Looks good. So we've got our form, and now you want to take that form. If you're using WordPress or if you're using Pack, you just want to take this embed code and embed it where your form is, where you want your form to be. So it would be here to replace this form. Very easy to do. And now just for illustration purposes, we're going to embed it in our website funnel. So we can take this, edit in a new tab. Now, obviously, our funnels and our forms are fully integrated in Lead Hero. So it's pretty easy to make it work. You just click on form as an element, choose the one you want, service plan registration, and that's it. It's pretty much there.
You
Now,
can
I'm
take
not,
out a lot of this stuff.
yeah, I'm not
Yeah,
going to
check
spend
with that.
time. I just might say something like, yeah, that's service implementer. Please fill out the form below to get started. Now, obviously, these can be designed, they can be beautiful, they can be branded to your business, but we're just sort of showing you an example. In Lead Hero, actually, what we want to do is we want to choose go to next step. So whatever you choose in here in terms of the redirect action of the form, it'll just override whatever you have put in the form builder. So they need to fill out their details. They're going to click on proceed to payment. If you have a funnel editor, one fun thing that I quite like to do is something like a progress bar. What is it? Something progress bar, something like this that might show
Cool.
you a little bit of like progressing through.
I never know that Lead Hero had this. I'm learning some stuff today.
Yeah, Lead Hero is pretty cool. Let's see. And you can adjust the padding of your element, margin bottom, to make it all look good. Let's see. Theme, title. So you can have a play with how things look. It's meant for mobile, right? So it's all going to resize for the different devices that you've got. And you can adjust a bit of the layout here. Cover. Progressing, yeah. Okay. So, and here you can say step 1. You could say step 1. Insert your details. And you can have a play with the, if we're going with Elite Black, it can be a black bar as well. So that's cool. So that's basically your form done. We're going to collect the details. The lead is going to go straight into your CRM. And that's basically part 1 of the system. The next phase is to work on the payment platform. Okay, everybody, so we're going to leave it at this. We don't want to overwhelm you with stuff. These are building your service plan in bite-sized chunks, little by little over time. So you can take this video as some homework to do and put this in place in your website. And on the next session, we are going to talk about payment. So why are we doing this? We need to get paid. So we want to make payment as easy and seamless as possible for the customer. We've done the service plan landing page. We've done the registration form. Oh yeah, we'll do the thank you email, and then we'll direct them to that payment page in the next session.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool. Excellent. Excited. Looking forward to the next one.
We're making progress. Thanks for watching. See you on episode 4 next time for your automated service plan sales funnel.